What's up, everybody? We are here at Currie Motorsports, and today we are going to check out my 2020 Jeep JT. On my Jeep JT, let me give you a concept before I get into the build of kind of what I was going for and what I wanted. So with Currie Enterprises, I wanted to do 9 inches on this one. I wanted something a little lighter. So the 9 inches are a couple 100 pounds lighter than cast rims. And anybody can say what they want, but it's all fibs. Go ahead and get the scale out, and if you weigh them, they're definitely lighter than anything cast. So talked with Mel Wade over at Evolution Off-Road, and I wanted something with coilover and bypass, so I got a hold of Fox. We did a 2-inch coilover and did some 2.5-inch bypasses on it. So the goal is speed. The goal is to be able to go, and obviously for me, I don't build things just for speed. We are all about going in the rocks. I go to Moab every year. I go to the Rubicon Trail, but I want to go down to Baja. I want to pre-run the Baja 1000, pre-run the Baja 500. So I want a little bit of everything. So I can't have trailing arms or things that hang really low or no skid plates on it. Everything has to be protected. Everything's got to be ready for the rocks and ready for Baja. CRC front bumper, the same bumper we run on the JKs and the JL. I do run the Warn winch. The Factor 55 hook. I want to be able to, get somebody out of a situation, so having the winch always is helpful. You never know what's going to happen out on the trail. Doing the Rubicon, anything can happen. So in the front, it's got Evo's long arm kit. They cut all the brackets off the frame. We extended the arms. It's got, Evo's long arms on it. It's got an anti-rock front sway bar on it, and then it's got a 2-inch, 12-inch of travel coilover, and then a 2.5-inch, 12-inch travel triple bypass shock. It's a very unique setup. It's a lot to cram in that little area, and I'm pretty surprised that they can get everything in that area, but it turned out amazing. So with this, it's got a 9-inch in the front. It's 7 inches wide, wheel mount surface to wheel mount surface. I'm running KMC machete wheels, beadlock, 4.5-inch backspace with a Nitto 40-inch trail grappler. So these tires, to me, are the ultimate tire, right? If you're gonna go to Moab or you're gonna go to Baja, they do it all. I basically have all the same up travel if I use a standard 3-inch Fox internal bypass shock. So I have the same up travel and same down travel. I did not restrict anything. So we did do an air bump in the front on this thing just to help protect it in some of those gotcha moments. But we did the PSE Ram Assist on it just to help with the steering in those rocks. Like, the steering gets super tight and worn out, so we removed the electric power steering, and we did the complete PSE steering on it. So it's got a cooler in the front, and then the Ram Assist mounted on the tie rod. So this front end, because it's 7 inches wide, runs our 1.375 bar, heat treated, super reliable bar. So around that, it's cycling about 14 or 15 inches of travel. The shocks are kind of laid back, everything's laid back, so the way it articulates, it still gets a good amount of travel in the front. Very, very happy with the way Evo did the complete front end of this thing. It's a 538 ring and pinion. It's got ARBs, front and rear. We got nice skid plates protecting the dry shafts. It's got Spicer dry shafts front and rear. So what we did in this is Spicer actually makes a bolt-in replacement dry shaft. It makes it super easy. So it's a bolt-in replacement for an upgraded axle. So 1350 U-joint on one end and then a CV on the other. So it makes it really nice and easy just to bolt it in. On the bottom, we're doing an all Artec aluminum skid plate. I'm all about lightweight, so I wanted all aluminum skid plates. And with the length of this thing in the rocks, I was concerned that I was going to damage my fuel tank. And so I didn't want that to happen. So we put the Artec skid plate from front of the motor all the way to the back of the fuel tank. 12-inch travel coilover in the back right now, no bypass. It's got obviously the anti-rock sway bars in the back. On the Fox shocks, we did the high-speed and low-speed compression. Just makes it nice so I can adjust not only the clickers on the triple bypass, but I can also just adjust the oil flow in the reservoir to the coilover. So I did the Addictive Designs rock rails. I was looking for something nice and tight because it's so long. I was concerned with something having too much leverage on the side. So we did the addictive designs, rock rails. It does have mounts for lights inside, but not my style. So rather than that, I did, buddy Mike had versatile wraps. We did the wrap to match my Camaro. So this one obviously being the Monster Energy Jeep, like it's got our style, and we have the same print on some wraps and some other things. So style looks really good. So on the inside, obviously I run Limo 10. I don't like people seeing in any Jeeps, but in reality, the Jeeps are basically stock. I don't do anything. The only thing I do on the inside is I put the race radio inside the glove box, and that's it. So this Jeep comes with the switches, so it's already pre-wired, ready to go under the hood. Don't have to do anything, literally just wire up my lockers and lights right to the switches, and we're good to go. So this was a Overland edition. It's not a Rubicon. I'm not a big Rubicon guy for highly upgraded Jeeps. So I get the leather and try to make it comfortable on the inside. Rather than that, I did WeatherTech floor mats, not even sponsored, just super nice floor mats. But I keep it stock. I don't like to play the game. So performance-wise, the motor is stock, the transmission is stock, and the transfer case is stock. Don't change anything on them. The only thing we do is we run Moly air filters, basically just a high-quality air filter. It's still a paper filter, so basically I'm just a true believer in capturing as much dirt and dust as we can and keeping the motor as clean as we can. There's a lot of people that say you can get more performance out of something else. Truly, I'm not a believer in that. I feel that the performance that a Moly air filter brings is top-notch, and the motor is always spotless on the inside. We obviously go in the gnarliest conditions ever. We don't do this because I'm sponsored. I do it because we go in some crappy silt, sand, mud, and water, and keeping it inside the stock air box is the best way to go. So under my hood, literally stock. I do cabin air filters. Moly, once again, makes cabin air filters. Make sure everyone runs a cabin air filter. Too, after you go out in the desert, dust sits everywhere, and the air filters, the cabin filter captures so much of that. Dude, get rid of them. They're cheap and easy for the smell, or not having the smell of dust. Literally, in the glove box, pop them out, throw them away, put some new ones in. I do it almost every event just because I don't want that odor of dust, and my wife and kids don't really want to have the dust and smell. So rather than that, the fenders are actually, they're replica stock fenders that I had made out of fiberglass. So we make those ourselves through a friend. The tire will flex and kiss it at full articulation, but with it being fiberglass, it just moves and doesn't damage it. These have already been on for over a year, and they're still on. But no light in the front, no lights or wiring underneath. Same in the back. In the back, I basically just popped out all the internals, and it's actually just stock. Like, I didn't do anything to them. Just cleaned it out. The only thing we do is we trim a little bit of plastic underneath to protect the wiring and the fuel neck. But around that, we just remove it all. Just try to make it as easy as possible. MagnaFlow because of the length, they made a really unique and clean muffler and exhaust setup. And with that, it has a great sound. Performance is on point, and it's just a super clean, high and tight package. It just makes it really, really easy. We removed the spare tire in the back, and I did the ADD rear bumper, just a super clean bumper. Once again, I was looking for something that was just tight and up and out of the way, just so when we go on the rocks, it's not dragging on everything. I left the stock hitch on it. Really, with doing that, it just makes it so when I am dragging, because yes, it is long in the back, by having the hitch, when it's dragging the rocks, it saves everything. In the rear, once again, 9-inch, 70 inches wide, 538 gears, 9-inch ring and pinion, ARB in the back, 35 spline, JT rear brakes. So we make our own rotor that utilizes the stock brake. So instead of doing everyone says you got to do different brakes, like the JT brake is the same as a Ram 1500, which has a massive towing capacity and tire rating. So we utilize the stock JT caliper. We just make our own rotor that fits an 8-lug wheel. So 8-lug front and back. We do 8-lug and everything. 9/16 holes, just really clean and easy. That way KMC makes a clean lug nut setup for it, and it just makes it really nice and easy. Around that, thank you guys for watching. This is my 2020 JT. Leave a comment. Got a question about it? I really love this thing. It works fantastic. You got any questions? Let me know below. I'm Casey Currie. Thank you for watching. Now, comment below. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Subscribe right here. Watch more videos here. Thank you guys.